Guys, what's going on? It is Chris here. Hopefully, you guys all had a pretty good Tuesday on that three-game slate in the NBA. As normal, a lot of stuff changed, so some of the stuff I said in the video didn't really matter. So, just going to tell you guys that going forward for the next couple days, most of the stuff, well, some of the stuff I say may not be irrelevant. I'm trying to give you guys both scenarios so you guys kind of know what's going on. So, but I don't have to post these videos just because some of the news doesn't matter when lot comes around, but I just like doing it for you guys, and a lot of you guys do like the advice. So, but that's why I say check the news, because I'm doing this early on, so you just got to whatever I say, and if something changes throughout the day, just got to make a good guess on it, and kind of go with your guts. So anyway, we got a nice 5-game. Like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 gamer and a 5-gamer on DK. They didn't add the Detroit Charlotte game. I don't know why they put it as a single game, but it is what it is. So we'd love to have you guys come join us for preseason. Just a couple days left here. Only $15 for the rest of the preseason, which is only $5 per day, which is nothing. So why not come join us on there? And then we got season starting on October 22nd. Very excited for that, and hopefully you guys come join us for that. DK did win last night and just barely cashed in almost everything. There's one or two it didn't cash in, but for the most part, it did cash with a 250 point. I'm not 100% sure, but around 250 wasn't too bad, so we did win over there. And Fanduel just came up a little short, went Holiday, and he sucked, and Larry Nance sucked as well. So, it is what it is, but, trying to make the best of it. So, anyway, going to look ahead to today's games. A lot of different scenarios could happen here. Detroit, they played last night, and, Jackson, you suck really bad. You guys got burned by him, but I'm not going to play him. I don't care how good he is. He's dead to me right now. D Rose, don't mind him. It is a back-to-back, so it'll be interesting to see what they do with him. I don't think Griffin's going to play in this one. I think we saw reports he didn't travel with the team, so I'm in this one. I'm going to assume that he's not playing. Some of these projections aren't mine. These are just roto grinders. I haven't got into all these guys, so don't take don't take these numbers too seriously. I did not change any of these. Luke Kennard, I do not mind Luke Kennard if you want to go that way. Who else we got? Not really into those guys. Power forward. If Griffin's out, Morris is game time decision, so I don't mind Wood. Once again, just a little worried about his back-to-back, but if that doesn't worry you, then Wood's not a bad option, but he is expensive. Don't mind some Drummond here, and I got him at 30. So Drummond, I think, and Wood are the two that I would look at. Am I going to have a lot of shares of them? Probably not. I mean, Drummond, maybe, but there's just so many other stars out there that I don't know how much I'm going to have of him. So that's really it from that Detroit side. Moving on over here to Charlotte. I think this is – let me go look. I think it's a dress rehearsal game for him. Basically, if you guys don't know what that means, usually dress rehearsal is their last game, and they usually play their guys max amount of minutes. Well, I mean, the regular season minutes. So let me go make sure. Yeah, this is their 5th game. So this is it for Charlotte. We'll have to see what they do. We did see them bump up their starter minutes. Terry Rozier did pretty good. I don't mind him. I got him at 24. Definitely could put him a little bit higher. I hate chasing the last game that he had, but I mean, besides that last game, he's still doing half decent. I'm not too afraid of Rose or Jackson's defense, so I might bump up Terry a little bit. He's only 63. I know it's Charlotte, and they're so up and down with their players, but if we get word they're going to play their normal 25, 30 minutes here in this last game for their starters, I think Terry Rozier is in a pretty good spot. I mean, I can even bump up a little bit higher here. I do like Graham coming off the bench. Looks like they're really going to use him this year off the bench, so I got him at 18. I think he's the best cheap point guard here on the slate. I mean, he's proven himself. He's looking pretty good. Bacon is a little GPP for me, but he has been solid in his last 2 games, scoring pretty good, and his field goal percentage isn't too bad. So I don't mind them. I mean, I hate having so much exposure to Charlotte because, when they're going well, they do screw you over. especially this dude right here, Miles Bridges. He's so hard to read. He's pretty cheap as well. I got him for 20. I mean, GPP only for me just because the dude plays minutes, but every time I play him, he screws me over. But every time I don't play him, he goes off for 35 points. So, yeah, if I don't play him today, maybe you guys plug him in there. He might go off. So, GPP only for me just because he's so up and down. But those are the three I'm really looking at. You can look at PJ Washington. I mean, I don't mind him, but I'm probably going to go elsewhere. There's excuse me, there's some other guys obviously that are cheaper at the power forward position we'll talk about. So maybe a couple shares of Bacon, Bridges in a GPP, and I do not mind Terry Rozier. Like I said, you might be chasing the last game, but I mean, he's been pretty good all preseason. So got to get confirmation that they're going to play their starters, 25 plus minutes. And if they do, then I don't mind a couple Charlotte guys. Take that with a grain of salt because Charlotte is so up and down, kind of a touchy team. All right, moving on here. We got Atlanta and New York. Atlanta has a back-to-back, so have to watch what they're doing. We'll have to see. I mean, if Collins and Young play here, their normal minutes, both of them for me are both of them are in play for me. If we get word that Young's going to play his normal minutes, I might bump him up to 30. Only thing sucks, man, is his turnovers are just terrible right now. 6 to 7 turnovers. That's negative 6 to 7 points a game on FanDuel, which sucks. But besides that, he's doing pretty good. But yeah, I mean, if we get word they're playing, I like Collins and Young. If we get word their minutes are going to be, a little bit smaller, 20, 22, I probably won't play him as much because, like I said, they got that back-to-back. So we'll have to see. Who knows? They might rest them today and play them tomorrow since that's their last game. I don't know. We'll have to see what's going on with Atlanta. Besides those two, probably not really touching them at all. You can look at Bembry if he comes off the bench, but that's mostly it. So Collins and Young, pending on news. And then going over to the New York side, it's just messy. It really is messy. Smith is coming back. They're getting some other guys back. So they just have so many mouths to feed over there. The main guys I'm looking at is RJ Barrett. Looks like they really want to play him. Fizz really wants to play RJ Barrett quite a bit. So I do not mind him for sure. Marcus Morris and Randall look like the other two that really have a pretty good spot in this rotation. We'll have to see. I mean, I'd definitely rather have Randall over Morris. If we obviously if you get word their minutes are going to be messed up, probably going to limit. But looks so far they're these three guys, Barnett, Morris, and Randall, are pretty good parts of this rotation here for Fizz. So you can look at Portis coming off the bench, but I think those three guys right above are the guys that I'm really going to be looking at here on the New York side. Moving on to Memphis, Jackson screwed me hard last time out. I mean, he probably screwed a lot of you guys over as well. I got him at 21. I know, it might be a trap, but the dude's just so dang cheap. And we saw what he did last year. He just got in trouble with the fouls the last game out. So hopefully nothing happens here. Don't mind Brandon Clark. As I told you last time, he wasn't a bad option, and he went off as well. So I guess Jackson over Clark just because of the prices. If you're worried about the foul trouble, I'd probably go Clark if that's the way you want to go there. I do think Jackson has more upside. You can look at Grayson Allen since he's only 3,500. Jay Morant, I got him at 23, maybe a little bit higher here. They're just not playing the dude a ton of minutes, so that's why his upside's kind of capped around 23, 24. But he's not a bad option. OKC, this is a dress rehearsal game, so we'll have to see what they do. They have a lot of veterans on their team, so I don't know how hard they're going to push Paul and Adams and guys like that. But if we get word they're all going to play their guys 25, 26 minutes, I don't mind him. I expect Paul to play 20 about the first half, and that's probably it. I do love Shai Gilgeous-Alexander for sure. Even with Paul, he's still doing pretty good. Schroeder's been up and down. I'm not too high on him. I love Gallinari. I really think he's in a pretty good spot. I don't know. I just think he's in a really good spot here tonight. Power forward, nobody. You can look at Adams. Like I said, if we get word he's going to play 25 plus minutes, honestly, kind of a sneaky play, low ownership. Last time out, he had 17 points or something in limited minutes. So I don't mind that. So definitely keep an eye on that OKC's minutes there. But I think Alexander for sure is my number one favorite from that OKC side. I'm not even going to mention San Antonio. I mean, you can look at DeRozan, Aldridge if you want, but Pop is Pop, so I'm not even going to mess with that. Moving on to the Houston side, unfortunately, they are very expensive. I don't mind Capella. I think they still limited him to about 22, 23 minutes. Not too into Tucker. Not too into Gordon either. Got Harden a little high. Westbrook getting a little more healthier might hurt him a little bit, but still, we know, Harden's Harden. I think for sure the top play. And I got him at 34, but still that's only 3 points. So, I mean, he's so dang expensive. I don't know if he can get higher than 34. I really don't. I want to push him to 36, 37, but I don't know. I mean, if we get some more value open up, yeah, for sure I'll probably put him in there. But the dude's 11-2. I just don't know. I just don't know if he can really get you 40, 45 here with Harden here. So I think 34 is plenty of enough, but still he's just so expensive. So if you can get Westbrook, have at it. Only if it doesn't mess up your lineup, but it probably will. But I think there's other options out there. And, as I said, this early in the morning, so anything can happen here. So, but for sure, Harden in this one, Capella maybe in a one-off, but that's mostly it for me. And that one. Portland, this is the big question mark game for me. They play tomorrow, so I don't know what they're going to do here. I didn't really change any of these guys' projections. These are all roto-grinders here, besides Bazemore. So we'll have to see. Like I said, it is a back-to-back for him, so I don't know if Terry Stotts is going to play his guys 28 to 30 minutes here and then rest them tomorrow, or total opposite where he's going to rest all his starters and play them tomorrow. We'll have to see here. This game has a potential of a ton of value for sure. So, I mean, yeah, if Terry Stotts rests all his guys, I mean, Simmons, Scalabrine, Collins, I mean, all those dudes for sure are in play. And if they do rest them, like I said, it's not the best matchup against Utah. I get it, but they're going to play a ton of minutes, and they're almost all of them are bare minimum. You got to put them in there. And if you do, that's going to open up Westbrook, or if you want LeBron or AD, it's going to open up maybe one more of those guys. So, yeah, Labissiere, Simmons, and Collins. I love all three of those guys if Portland, Lillard, and all those guys are out. If they are in, I don't mind going Portland. Utah has looked really bad this preseason. If you go look it up, they're giving up over 120 points a game in the preseason. So not looking too good. So, yeah, McCollum and Lillard, I really like those two. If they play 28 to 30 minutes in this one, personally, probably would go Lillard over Westbrook, a lot cheaper. And I think he can get you 30, 35 if he plays his normal minutes. And don't mind McCollum either there. So, yeah, haven't done anything to Portland just because I got to see what they're doing. Moving on to the Utah side, this is a dress rehearsal game once again for him. I do like Jingling Joe. He's going to be coming off the bench here, and he's not looking bad off the bench. He's not scoring a lot, but he's an all-around player. He's going to get you close to a triple-double. I mean, not in preseason, but in this regular season, he's going to hover around 6, 6, and 7 or something around that. So don't mind Joe Ingles here. He's personally, honestly, not a bad option. I do like Rudy Gobert at 8,200. Mitchell is risky just because if his shot's not on, you're screwed. But if his shot is on, you're looking pretty good. So I don't mind Mitchell. Maybe a couple shares of Bojan. I'm not too into Conley. So Mitchell and Rudy for sure are my two options. And then a couple shares of Joe Ingles off the bench. So that's what I'm looking at there. And move on. Golden State and LA. Curry will not play in this one. So we'll have to see what they do with their starting lineup. I don't think we're going to get any word on it. If Poole starts, honestly, that hurts him for me. It just seems like he's better off the bench. I don't mind Damian Lee. I mean, he only had one good game. You might be chasing a little bit. But he's just playing limited minutes, and with Curry gone, it might help him out a little bit. That's the same thing with Jacob Evans. So I just don't know who's going to go off. Is it going to be Poole, Lee, or Evans? They're all point guard, shooting guards. I don't know. I mean, if Burks plays and he gets, if Burks is announced in and going to play 20, 25 minutes. I'll probably go Burks just because I know he's capable of doing it. But I don't know if he plays or not. Russell for sure. I mean, hopefully he doesn't suck. I mean, we know how he is. He's either on or off, but no Curry, so he's going to be the lead guy there, and I think he's going to be very popular. But I love Russell for sure in this one. They do play, I think, Thursday or Friday, one of the 2 days. I didn't look, but I still expect them to Curry to play him about 24 to 25 minutes, and then have a dress rehearsal the next game. Small forward, I just can't really mess with McKenzie or Glenn Robertson here. Power forward, Chris is Chris, put him in there. Draymond, I got him at 26.5, but he's 8,500, so I'm not really feeling him. But for sure, Chris, and he'll be 750% owned here in this one. So that's what we got going on there. The Lakers side, we're going to have to see what's going on. I expect all the Lakers to play. How many minutes? Not sure. They do play one more game, so I don't expect Vogel to push him in this one. I got Rondo at 21.5. Don't mind him. Caruso, he's just been so trash the last couple games, and he's getting minutes. So I don't know what's going on with Caruso. Kind of scares me a little bit, but also don't mind him in a GPP just because he's been so bad. So people might, kind of like me, fade him, and he could be half decent for you. Not really into any of those guys. We have to get word on what's going on with LeBron, how many minutes he's going to play. If we get word he's going to play the first half, I mean, Davis is back, and this is their first official game in the Staples Center there. And I don't know. I think LeBron and AD are going to put on a show here in limited minutes. Like I said, we're not 100% sure AD is going to play yet. He does have that thumb injury, but he said he really wants to get out there. And obviously, I mean, he's going to play in Staples Center, and it's going to be just electric there in LA. And I mean, I feel like James and AD are going to put on a show. I really do, in limited minutes. So I mean, I don't mind him. LeBron, I got him at 32. Westbrook or LeBron, honestly, I have no idea. Maybe Westbrook just because he's going to play more minutes, but I think LeBron can put up a ton more points in limited minutes, and also the hype. And facing a Golden State team that has absolutely nobody. So I just LeBron and AD should have a pretty easy time here. So I like both of them, but like I said, limited minutes sucks. But I do like both of them here. I mean, AD, I got him at 35, and he's still only at 3 times value, which sucks really bad. But I got to find a way to get him in there. Like I said, not sure if he's going to play it, but he said he really wants to. So that's kind of what I got going on there. So, Portland, honestly, this is the game early on that is going to dictate this slate for me. And, kind of see where I go. I'm 100% we're going to have a ton of news come out. So like I said, take this video with a grain of salt. I was trying to give you guys both sides of it, of what's going to happen. So, so that is it. Only $15 for the rest of the preseason. That's only $5 per day. So why not come join us? Twitter is going to be in the comment section below. And, message us. We'll get you all set up. And regular season just around the corner. Just a couple more days until the season pass price goes up to $350. So definitely get in on it while you can. And I think that is mostly it. So just a couple more days of preseason, and then on the 22nd we have a full, a 2-game slate, but it's going to be main NBA. So definitely excited for that. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. Like I said, anything can happen. So, if certain guys are out that I talk about, don't get mad at me. It's not my fault. I got to do this early in the morning. I am a night owl, so some of you guys ask why don't I do this in the daytime? It's because I'm not up. I've always been like that. Do all my research, 4 or 5 hours of it at nighttime, and then sleep throughout the day. So so that's why I don't do my videos during the day. All right, guys, we'll talk to you a little bit later. If you like the video, do leave a like. I do appreciate it. And if you haven't subbed yet, hit that sub button. Why not? I'm going to be here all season doing almost every single slate, breaking it down for you guys. So, we'd love to have you guys come join us. So, all right, guys, that is it. Have a good Wednesday. See you guys all on Thursday.